Hi everyone, can you put up your hand if you know Lambert? Who am I referring to? Okay, I think most people know that. And how many of you have been to Shanghai? Okay, fewer then. Okay, so this time we are going to talk about how Lambert curriculum making model, which is actually first, I think it was related to a RGS and GA project called Geography for Action Plan for Geography. And in 2009, there was a report called A Different View, a GA report. At that time, Professor David Lambert was chief executive, I think. So that's where kind of like, I think, why people, a lot of here know about this. But you don't know much about Shanghai. You don't know how Shanghai teachers will think about it. And neither do I. But I was involved in GeoCapabilities project. That's how I got to know about GeoCapabilities project. And I started to develop it for my PhD. I would say technically I'm a doctor now, but I haven't had my graduation. I haven't got all the photos, so I put it nearly. And I'm a postdoc fellow, but it had not been formally announced. Well, it's formally now. That's why I put it in this way. And so the Lambert model that I talk about, actually I would say it's a short Lambert model, but this everyone is familiar with. And the one thing, when I was involved in GeoCapability project, there was one article that year talks about one of the key principles underpinning GeoCapability approach is to stress a progressive form of discipline-oriented teaching with a context of broader educational aims. And that's why when I simplify it, I put into 5 elements of this. I put educational aims outside this geography discipline. But it does not mean like discipline is within education. It just means like for geography educators, it's important to see why we think our discipline matters is because it does provide education kind of like related to the context of broader educational aims. But most of my Shanghai teachers, they probably didn't know Lambert model. Is it okay to just impose them to them? I don't think so. So in the interview I did with geography teachers, I invite them that, how about we talk about, what do you think, your relationship with students, your relationship, how do you see yourself engage with school geography? So that's how I have simplified it with my emojis. The reason I did emojis is in the thesis, when you want to put everything together, when you use text, it's so difficult. That's why this became here. So, and I put 8 secondary geography teachers, and you see from this side, I would say they're more aligned to the Lambert model. And the other side, they're less aligned to the Lambert model. To a certain way, it's like these teachers, they seem to think themselves as curriculum makers, but these teachers seem to think they are doing a bit more with implementation. Why would it be different? They're all Shanghai teachers. But the divide is these teachers entered teaching geography when geography became a very popular subject. Almost everyone started to choose it. But they didn't choose it because they like it. They choose it as exam strategy because they could take geography exam 1 year earlier than all other optional subjects. That's why. So they were under the kind of like pressure of doing it, deliver it, pass exam. And so that's my presentation. And I think in my study that what I had learned is like, they are not my research subjects, they are my research participants. Now I finished my PhD, I no longer need to be the single author of all my publications. I want to invite teachers that we could collaborate how we see the world, how we see curriculum making, how we see our role in it. I wanted to collaborate and also be aware of the context, why people think in particular ways. And these are my Twitter. I happen to have 3 Twitter running. Thank you.